said.
Yeah, they told us to come here.
Do you have your things? Your things you're supposed to bring?
I've got mine.
Me too.
What's this about anyway? What are we doing here?
I don't know. Just said to bring your objects and come here.
It's a contest.
How do you know?
I've heard of these. It's a contest.
Well, what do you win?
I don't know that. I'm just saying it's a contest. Maybe you get a prize.
You get a prize.
Maybe.
What kind of prize?
You get a prize? Who gets a prize?
You don't know if anybody gets a prize.
Maybe somebody does.
Hello? In here. Is this the place?
I guess so.
What'd you bring?
Oh
What?
no. I forgot it.
What do you mean, you forgot it? You have to have it. That's the whole point.
I just set it down for a second. Do you think I could go get
Everyone, please take a seat.
it? Excuse me, but I need to go
The
back out.
doors are closed. If you leave, you may not return.
But I forgot.
If you leave, you may not return.
Well, how necessary is it for me to
No
actually...
questions. We need to get started.
Now wait a second here.
You'll each have 2 minutes to present your offering. If we want it, you will be asked to place it in the box. If we do not want it, take it with you. We have no need for unwanted offerings.
Offerings? What does he mean?
Quiet. Everyone should be seated. Sam, be seated.
Hey, how do you know my name?
Be seated.
Listen, I don't know how.
Be
But what
seated.
if we don't want to be seated? What if we don't want to be pushed around by some voice we can't see? What if we won't do anything until we know exactly what we're doing here and exactly who's in it for us?
Then we will wait.
And as you're waiting, would you please...
Time will run out, however. If one, some, or all of you cannot present your offerings before the time runs out, they will have no chance of being accepted.
All right then, I'll go first.
We will accept no offerings until everyone is seated.
You might as well sit down. I don't like this.
I don't like being told what to do.
Just sit down.
Time's going to run out.
Run out on what?
Well, hey, if mine doesn't get accepted because you can't follow the rules, I am going to be pretty ticked off.
All right, relax. I'm sitting.
I still don't know what we're supposed to do if we don't have our thing, our offering. I mean, it's just outside. If they let me, I could go get it.
Hey, out there. We're all sitting in case you hadn't noticed.
You told us to sit. Here we are.
This is crazy. I just set it down for a second. I can't believe I forgot it. But I do that all the time. One time I had
Hey.
to... What?
I think you have to be quiet so we can get started.
Oh, sorry. I thought we only had to be sitting. I didn't know about the quiet thing. So, when did they say something about the quiet thing? Okay.
We may begin.
I'm going first.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
All right. Well, this, as you can see, is a pencil. First, I'd like to point out that it's very sharp. I'm extremely careful about my pencils. I mean, this is just one of them. At any given point, pardon the pun, any given point of the pencil. At any given time, I have 5 very sharpened pencils in my pencil pouch, ready for use. Because you never know. Dawns can occur at the worst of times. So, this is one of my pencils. And if you look very closely at it, you will see the little indentations in this one, which is why I chose it especially, because those indentations were made by my teeth. See how they line up with my teeth? My teeth. I mean, you could do a forensic analysis. You could match these marks to my dental patterns, and you could definitely see that this is no other than my pencil. So I chose this particular pencil with its very sharp point and its teeth marks because it has so much to say about who I am. First off, it's a pencil and not a pen. That's a key point. There's that pun again. That's a key issue. I choose pencils over pens because, and I freely admit this, I am a perfectionist. Oh, I didn't show you the eraser. This one's pretty worn out. It's been with me a while. The teeth marks and worn eraser clue you in on that. It's a veteran writing utensil of mine, seen lots of action. So much so that I'm afraid I will have to retire it shortly, because though it has served me faithfully, I cannot have a pencil in my arsenal that is not fully ready for duty, both on the writing end and on the eraser end.
We have considered your offering.
Well, thank you.
We do not want it.
What?
Next.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. You cannot take my pencil, my offering. I didn't have enough time. Let me just tell you
Next.
that my offering is worthy of acceptance.
How do you know?
Because it has to be. I get accepted. That's what you do. I mean,
Look, you went first.
I didn't want to run out of time.
I understand that, but you didn't have the advantage of listening to anyone else.
You mean I can try again later?
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Why do you doubt it? Why can't I try again later?
Just sit down.
Next.
I want to know if I can try again later. I didn't know the rules.
Next.
You took the risk of going first. You didn't get accepted. Tough luck. Let somebody else go already. Come on.
Well, I'm going again. That's all there is to it. I am going again.
I am sure that you'll be able to.
Next.
Okay. I'll go. You know, I hear they're having a sale on patience at Walmart. You should go buy yourself some, all right?
Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Don't mind if I do. This, as you can see, is a shell. Now, the thing about this shell is that it's been in my family for years. My great-grandfather, Isaac Turner Newman, found it on the beach in Nova Scotia when he was just 8 years old. As the story goes, he picked up the shell and put it to his ear, like everyone does with shells like this, and he heard the ocean. Of course, he was right next to the ocean when he first listened, but he kept listening, over and over, even when he had returned to his native home in West Kensington, Ohio. And he kept hearing the ocean all right. But he also found that he could hear other things. He claimed he could hear the whispers of great possibilities to come. He asked a special girlfriend of his to listen, and asked if she could hear the wedding bells and laughing children. She said she could. They later married and had 9 children, one of them my grandmother, Sarah Newman. He had a friend of his listen, and he asked him if he could hear the sound of giant machinery and factory whistles. The friend said he could, just faintly, and they started what turned out to be the most successful machine business in all of Ohio. From generation to generation, this shell has been a guide to our family. I even half-jokingly say, have you consulted the conch? I've heard that all my life at family reunions and gatherings. Have you consulted the conch? So what do I hear when I put this special shell up to my own ear? At first I hear nothing. And then I hear a great wave crash as if from behind a muffling bank of fog. And if I listen ever so carefully, I can hear the whispers of what I might become. A bat hitting a baseball. The sound of someone reading the names of graduates. And other sounds I cannot yet make out, but know I someday will be able to. Is this shell an oracle? A prophet declaring what absolutely must be? No. Perhaps old Isaac never heard a thing echoing in its chambers. But to me, it represents the trust in my family, the support that my family gives me, the sound of love. And that is what will bring me and all of us a successful future. That was about 2 minutes, wasn't it?
Wow.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was also complete baloney.
What do you mean?
We have considered your offering.
Hang on.
We accept it.
Of course you do.
Place your offering in the box.
10-4 on that.
Wait, you're not just going to give that up, are you?
It got accepted. I'm just putting it in the box.
Yeah, but that's a family heirloom. What's going to happen to it?
Don't worry about it. Into the accepted box. 1, 2, 3. Voila.
You know, that's a good point. What happens to the stuff you accept? Hello?
Next.
Hang on. Do these things come right back to us or what?
Next.
I can't believe you were willing to just give that up.
It's the idea that matters, not the object itself.
That's very noble of you.
Hey, I want to try again. Now that I've seen her go, I should get another chance.
Next.
Does anybody mind if I try again?
Yeah, I mind. You're not going again. You heard the guy. This is a time deal.
Well, somebody else go then. Hurry up.
All right. All right. Here's my thing. I'm going.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering.
All right, okay.
Explain its significance.
So, this is an old soccer ball of mine. It's, significant because, well, because it's a soccer ball. And it's mine, and I love the game of soccer. I've played a lot of soccer with this ball. I've had it for like
I don't know, probably 10 years. I practiced with it, done drills with it, learning how to kick with both feet, which is an important thing to know how to do. It's probably bounced off the side of my garage, I don't know, like a million times, because that's where I usually practice with it. Learning how to kick, like I said, with both feet. Practicing throw-ins, which you have to do overhead and straight with both hands or else the other team will get the throw-in. Not that you really care to hear about that, but anyway, so yeah, it's a soccer ball, I like it, that's what I brought. So I can just put it in your box right there, if you want, or I could probably just put it on my mother's yard sale table and you can buy it for $1. I don't know.
We have considered your offering.
Okay, cool.
We do not want it.
Big shocker there. Whatever.
Next.
You didn't even try.
What do you mean? I tried, it was the best thing I could think of. So was a flipping 100-year-old conch shell. Big deal!
Come on, anybody who's going to go, just go. I want to try again. And by the way, thanks for keeping it short.
Yeah, like I did it just for you. Okay, I've got something for you. You're gonna love it. It's a doozy.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Okay, can we get a drum roll, please? No? All right, but a moment of silence while I unwrap this amazing offering of mine. Let me just tell you right off the bat, the untrained eye might not be able to pick out the awesomeness of this morsel I'm about to reveal. But after I've had a chance to explain, you all will see that this truly is the coolest of the cool. Ta-da! Ladies and gents, this is a genuine piece of ABC gum.
Give me a break.
Oh, no. Don't be skeptical, my friend. This particular specimen may seem humble, but it's got a history like no other. The initials ABC, of course, stand for already been chewed. And who chewed this gum? Who, you ask? Michael Jackson? May God rest his very strange soul? No.
Elvis,
May God rest his blue suede shoes? No again.
stop wasting time.
The chewer, ladies and gentlemen, of this astounding one spearmint flavored gum is none other than moi. Because do you think I'd be carrying around somebody else's ABC gum in my own pocket? That's just gross. So why is this gum important? Chewed by myself, who has not yet achieved celebrity status, we know. At least not yet. Why is it important? Because while I chewed this gum, which I masticated for exactly 3,227 teeth chomps, and yes, I do keep accurate records, I was abducted by aliens. They did not, however, arrive from like your stereotypical goggle-eyed skinny green dudes from planet Zerton. No, they came from the ground like ants. They overwhelmed me, surrounded me, pulled me down, tied me up, and mysteriously dehydrated me till I was just their size. These aliens, they looked like Carrot Top. And after they'd taken me to their underground lair, they asked me one simple question in English. Though they had an accent like they might have been from the north side of South Bronx, they asked me, "What is in your mouth?" And I proceeded to tell them using our little invention called chewing gum. They were amazed. They were astounded. They were blown away. It turns out that despite their advancements in mathematics, science, and every other discipline, including ping pong, these aliens had never conceived of something as simple as chewing gum. And I've got to tell you, they were set on world domination until they abducted me. They were planning to turn our planet into one giant and very dusty alien anthill and turn humans into an amoeba-sized slaves. But I, along with this chomped-up hero right here, proved them we had something to offer this universe. Oh, voice without a body, accept it, cherish it, put it under a glass, but I don't advise chewing it. That also would just be plain gross.
That's your offering?
That was a joke.
So, what's the matter with a little humor now and then?
This is supposed to be serious.
Who said? Nobody knows what this is. Nobody's seen any rules. Maybe a joke's just what they're after.
Mine wasn't a joke.
We have considered your offering. We do not want it.
Fine, where's the trash can?
I can't believe you wasted our time like that.
Relax, this place needs to lighten up a little bit.
Next.
I guess I can go.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Thank you. I don't know if this is the type of thing you want, but I have a crayon.
I brought a pencil. She better not get accepted with a crayon.
This is, or was, I guess, my sister's crayon. The name of the color is Dandelion. She used to love to name the color she would use as she made her pictures. I could just hear her now with her 6-year-old voice yelling, "I'm gonna use desert sand to color this fence." My dad said her volume control was broken. It was stuck on the loudest setting. For the sun, I'm using hot magenta. Her pictures were just bursting with colors, and she didn't care all that much about the lines. Not because she was careless. She could keep within the lines if she wanted to, but she hated it when her teacher insisted she had to. Her name was a color too, you know, amber. It made her mad that Crayola didn't have her name as one of its colors. What's the matter with those darn people? She wrote them about 5 letters. Anyway, about the lines. She said to me one day when she came home from school, "That Miss Donahue must not even look out the window sometimes. I swear, if she did, she would see the colors blend. They don't always cut off at the lines between things. How boring would that be? What a doofus she is." She said it just like that too, I remember. She was very expressive for a 6-year-old in everything she did. Her words, her pictures, her gestures, her life. People found Amber's exuberance especially startling because she was tiny for her age and confined to a wheelchair. She never walked a step in her life. Never run. Not on her feet at least, but she did run, oh God, yes. She ran with her mouth, she ran with her hands flying through the air, she ran with her colors across the page, she ran with her imagination. Nobody could keep up with the story she told. All the characters and plot twists. And if you tried and goofed up a detail, watch out. Amber will be all over you about it. Bluebell the fairy never went to the crashing falls with pirate witch chipmunk Samuel. How could they have? Bluebell lived a zillion miles away from Samuel. Remember? She kept track of it all somehow. My sister died the day before her 7th birthday. For a funeral, we tacked up her pictures in the church. They took up 2 entire walls, floor to ceiling, with brick red and Caribbean green and outrageous orange and macaroni and cheese. Really, that was the color, macaroni and cheese. Amber must have lasted 5 minutes when she first found that one. The best part of her funeral was when we all just sat there, and my dad played a tape of Amber telling one of her fantastic stories. It went on for like 10 minutes straight. Amber hardly took a breath. I can't tell you what it was about exactly, but everything moved. That's the main thing. Trees, mushrooms, cheetahs, dragons, rocks, rivers, everything charged and ducked and danced in Amber's story. My dad played it over the church speakers and turned it up as loud as it could go. It was perfect. It was Amber's version of heaven. This crayon, Dandelion, it helps remind me of my sister, of Amber. I wish you'd known her. That's all.
They better take that.
No kidding.
We have considered your offering.
That was amazing.
We do not want it.
Oh, for
What do you
crying
mean you don't want it? What's the matter with you?
Next.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay. That was the most beautiful thing I ever heard.
Was it true?
Hey,
Yes, it was true.
how could you even ask that?
I was just sorry.
Listen, I don't think we should make any more offerings until we know exactly what we're doing here. How these decisions are made.
Yeah. What's the matter with my pencil?
Forget the pencil! Did you just hear what she said about her sister's crayon? I mean, if that wasn't worthy, what is?
I guess my concha was, for one.
Right. Your conch shell. Your heirloom conch shell that you bought for $6.99 down in the Florida gift shop last summer. On sale.
Who told you that?
You told him that. I heard you.
Hey, eavesdropping is not polite.
You lied about that? So what? It got accepted, didn't it?
What about her? She lied about the chewing gum thing. I wasn't trying to pull anything over anybody. I was just going for a laugh. That's different.
You were going for a laugh. I was going for an inspirational story. What's the difference?
The difference is you were being a scumbag.
Oh no, I remember the difference now. You lost, I won. How about that difference?
Look, forget that. The point is, her offering was clearly the best and it didn't get accepted. That's just wrong and I want to know what happened.
Next.
Don't you next us. We deserve an explanation, and I won't show you my offering until I know some things. A, what are your criteria for judging? B, what are you doing with these offerings? And C, what do we get for being accepted?
Next.
This is ridiculous.
How much time do we have left? Can you tell us that?
Very little.
Come on, guys. If you're gonna go, just go.
You want to try again with your pencil? Yeah. We've heard.
Hey, you don't have to get all snippy about it.
You know what? I'm leaving. This is how you're running this game? I quit. I don't want to have anything to do with a system that takes her bogus concho and rejects something as important as Amber's crayon. I'm done.
Well, what about your offering?
Right. My offering. Here you go. It's a tie for your neck. You want an explanation for its significance? How about this? Hang yourself with...
If you leave, you can't come back.
Who wants to?
We have considered your offering. We accept it.
What the? What? His tie? They accept his tie.
Hey, they took it. They took your tie. It's been accepted. Dude, it's been... He's gone.
So, is somebody gonna put it in the box?
I'm taking it.
You can't do that.
How do you know? Who says I can't? He left it behind. He didn't want it. It's mine. I have another offering.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm already here.
This isn't right.
Explain its significance.
It's a tie. You can hang. No, not yet. It's a tie for your neck. You can hang yourself with it.
We have considered your offering. We do not want it.
Hey, that's not fair. It's the same tie. You accepted it before.
You didn't say it quite right. He said something about, I don't know. He just said it a little differently. It was more dramatic.
I said it right. I said it's a tie for your neck. I remember he said that.
Yeah.
And then he said you could hang. I've got it. It's a tie for your neck. You want an explanation of its significance? You can hang yourself with it.
And then he threw it down.
Should I throw it down?
I don't know. I'm just saying. He threw it down. This is ridiculous.
I am going to throw it down now. There! I said the thing. I threw it down. It's accepted, right? It's my offering and you accepted it.
It's not your offering.
He left it behind. It didn't go in the box yet. I picked it up. It's mine. Those are the rules.
How do you know what the rules are?
Take the tie. Take it.
Next.
I am putting this in the box. It's accepted.
Do not place it in the box. Only accepted offerings belong in the box.
This was accepted.
Obviously, you're the wrong person. Forget the tie. You brought the pencil.
Yeah, but they didn't want this. This isn't fair.
Look, I don't know how this thing works. None of us do, obviously. But I brought this.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Good luck, buddy. I tried them all already.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What the heck? This is our ball from last year's big game against West High School. Our rivals since forever. I was the kicker. As you can tell from my size, kicker's about the only position in football I'm cut out to play. But it's a pretty important position, obviously. The trouble is, a lot like being the goalie in soccer, you can do a lot of standing around until suddenly all the pressure's on you. Am I right? So, last year, it was down to the final 4 seconds of the game, and West was ahead by 2. It was all up to me. We were barely in field goal range. The longest distance I'd ever kicked was 42 yards, and that was only once during practice. The distance on that day was 43 yards. My coach kept telling me not to worry about the distance, just to focus on my technique, and the rest would follow suit. Easy for him to say. I mean, everybody was in the stands. My mom, my stepdad, all my sisters, my real dad. In a small town like ours, football's the thing to do on a Saturday night, especially when it's us versus West. So sure, I was trying to focus on my technique, but that number just kept rattling around in my helmet, 43 yards. So anyway, the time came. The place setter put the ball down in front of me, and I took my usual 3 steps. Left, right, left, and then pow. The ball sailed off my foot. I knew the minute I made contact, that was one of the best kicks of my life. I watched the ball as it sailed up, 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 and then down, down, down. It's going to be just short, I remember thinking. Just short. But you know what? That ball landed exactly on the horizontal part of the uprights and bounced probably 10 feet in the air. It felt like it hung there for a year, but it was probably only about 10 seconds. But the ball came down end over end on the other side of the goalposts. We won the game by 1 point. It was the greatest moment of my life. It was the luckiest moment of my life. So, I got to keep the ball. Here it is. This is my offering.
That was pretty good.
Typical jock story. Nobody goes for that.
We have considered your offering.
Sorry, I'll bet you anything.
We accept it.
Yes!
Oh man.
Place your offering in the box.
You did it again for me, buddy.
Did he just kiss that ball? He kissed it goodbye.
This is prejudice. How come his football got in and my soccer ball didn't?
Who knows?
Next.
Do you have a quota? Can you at least tell us how many things get in the box? Is 2 the limit or what?
Yeah, that's a good question. And exactly how much time do we have left?
Little time remains.
You said that before. That's not exact.
Little time. Are we talking geological terms here? What have we got, only 10,000 years left?
Very little time remains.
Oh, very little. Now we're down to 5,000 years.
Nice job with the football.
Thanks. Congrats on the conch, but I'll tell you something. I didn't lie. That actually was the game ball.
I didn't lie completely.
Oh, right.
I didn't. It's a genuine shell. It's not plastic or anything.
I'm going. I'm going again. I don't care. Listen, you.
Proceed. Step into the square with your
I'm
offering.
in the stupid square already, and I'm going to explain the significance of my pencil, and you are going to take it. You are going to accept it. You owe me. You owe me because I dared to go first, and I had a good explanation, and nobody else has brought in a pencil with teeth marks, and then the whole thing with the tie. You are going to take my pencil, and that's all there is to it.
There's a new tactic.
Proceed.
Okay, see, the thing is, I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. I have much better offerings at home. I have a paperweight that has actually been in my family for generations and actually does have a significant history to it.
Have you got the paperwork for your paperweight?
Shut up, you liar!
Whoa, attitude.
And I won trophies from swimming and gymnastics. I won the state balance beam competition for my age group 3 years ago. I have all sorts of those kinds of things. So, what I'm saying, this pencil may not be great. I'll admit that. It's not a fabulous offering, but it's better than a joke piece of chewing gum, and it's better than a fake conch shell.
Are you going to claim it's better than Amber's crayon? Go ahead. I'd like to hear you say that.
No, it's not. But I've had tragedy in my life too. I had an aunt who died from complications of anorexia. She was only 46 and she died. Her funeral's incredibly sad. I can bring in the eulogy I delivered at her memorial service. I mean, everyone was crying over that. So, the thing is, this pencil, I want you to see it as a representation of all other things I could have brought in. I can still bring in. If you accept my pencil, you need to.
Why don't you, wrap the tie around it? Try a 2-for-1 special.
Please, this means a lot to her.
Whatever.
Thank you. This does mean a lot to me. I really want you to accept my pencil. You need to.
We have considered your offering.
Please.
We do not want it.
You have to. You have to. You have to accept me.
It's all right. It's not you. You're perfectly acceptable.
Why won't they take me?
So, what's the story? 1 football, 1 conch shell, everything else we take back with us? Are you gonna try yours?
Like I said,
Oh, that's right. You forgot yours.
I just set it down for a second. I can't believe I forgot it.
What about you?
No, I'm not going to.
Next.
Come on, what have you got to lose?
Absolutely nothing. That's the point. I mean, after the crayon didn't get in,
Yeah, but look what did.
trust me, what I've got, not worth the time.
Next.
what about you?
I refuse. I agree with the guy who left. I probably should have gone with him. I was just kind of curious to see what happened here.
Did you bring something?
No.
Yes, you did.
What makes you so sure?
The before the no.
Fine, you got me. I bought something.
So,
Okay, I'll present.
that's the spirit.
I'd do it if I had something.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
You know, it's a good thing that statement of yours can never get old, never get boring, never get even the tad bit annoying.
Let her talk.
Fine. This is a penny. It's completely ordinary. I bought it from home. Picked it up from the spare change off my desk. 1999. That date means nothing to me. I was alive then. I would have been 6. Same age as Amber. But that's not my point. My point is, and why I bought this offering, is because it's only a penny for one reason. Whether I keep it or lose it, it has no impact financially, and that's about all I would want to risk in a venture like this. When I don't know how things are being chosen, or why, or what's at stake. But more important than that, I've bought this penny because it represents chance. There's an old question about flipping a coin. If I flip it 99 times and it lands on heads every single time, what are the chances that it'll land on tails on the 100th flip? 1 and 2, same as always. So that's my offering, a coin. Call it
Tails.
tails it is. Maybe you should present your offering, if you care. I'm done.
We have considered your offering. We accept it.
Oh man, this is crazy.
What? A coin? She said it didn't even matter to her. Wow.
Place your offering in the box.
No,
What are you doing?
I'm refusing.
Place your offering in the box.
I will be withholding my offer. Thank you.
You can't do that.
Why not?
Because it's an insult to all of us who have been trying.
Why? It's your choice to invest so much in this process, and it's my choice not to. And it's my choice to refuse to give my offer.
Don't you want to be accepted?
I'd rather make a point.
Next.
This is crazy. This has all been so crazy.
So why not go for it?
Look, no, never mind. Forget it.
Hey, if you want to try it, it's about that simple. Call it.
Heads.
You're on a roll.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
So, what I have to offer is this. A fly.
Ew.
Not a real one. It's a fly. For fly fishing. My dad tied it. Yeah. So, I don't really know what to say about it, except that I used this fly when I went fishing with my dad a couple of years ago. I didn't catch a thing. Except branches. I was really good at that, catching tree branches on the bank of the river. Way up north. It took us forever to get there. My dad and me. We camped out for a couple of nights. So, he tried to teach me how to fly fish. I caught myself a few times too, and I tried to cast. I hooked my hat one time, sent it right out into the water. I remember my dad saying it was the biggest hatfish he'd ever seen. Pretty corny. But it was a good time. Beautiful place. I mean, for 2 whole days, we saw like one other person besides us. Real quiet. I remember this one time, geez, it was like the cover of a catalog or something, or a postcard. The trees, the river, the sun shining off of it, my dad casting out and back and out and back. It's really a graceful thing when someone does it right, you know? It's an ugly mess when someone does it wrong too, which would be me. Most of the time I just watched him. So, this one time, he talked, which was kind of weird. He wasn't making much sense, really. something about how fly fishing was like life. That the way you did it was just as important as what you caught. I mean, he could make that fishing line soar like nobody's business. But talking, he sort of stumbled and repeated himself a lot. He wasn't making any sense. But the thing was, what I remember, what this fly reminds me of, is that afternoon with the sun and the river and everything like a perfect picture. And him acting like the perfect dad, trying to teach me how to fish, trying to tell me something about life. Yeah. Of course, on the way home from that trip is when he told me he was moving out, that he and Mom were splitting. Come to think of it, that's probably what he was trying to get at that afternoon. Trying to get me ready for his news about never knowing what was gonna happen, and all that mattered was the way you handled a thing. We were supposed to go on a trip again this last summer, but anyway, I'm a lot like him, you know? Not much of a talker. So that's what I have to offer. A fly. Just a fly.
Thanks.
For what?
It was good.
We have considered your offering.
It was really good.
We do not want it.
I pretty much figured.
Can I have it? The fly?
Why?
So I can remember your story.
Sure. Okay.
Thanks.
Sure. Sure.
Next.
I think that was the last next, Mr. Voice Without a Body out there. What now? What do we win?
Could we, I just wanted to take a second, please.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Oh, no, see, I don't have an offering, remember? I left it outside. It was actually a pretty silk flower. I could run and go get it if you let me, but I know that's not allowed. If I leave, I can't, come back. So I'd just be holding my silk flower at the door, right? Hello, hello, I got my offering now. That wouldn't be very useful, I guess. So no, I'm not offering anything. I just want to take a moment to say I'm sorry I didn't bring my object in. That was my fault, and I accept that. And also to say, if it makes any difference at all, I would really want to reconsider the crayon and the fly. I know it's not really that important, but I just want to say that.
What about mine?
Yours? Oh, the pencil. And the pencil too, but if you only have a set number you could take, I would recommend the crayon first, then the fly, then the pencil.
What about my chewing gum?
Well, you threw that away, didn't you?
Just kidding. It was lame.
Oh, okay. So that's just my 2 cents worth, but mainly, sorry for forgetting my flower. Thanks for your time.
We have considered your offering.
What? But I didn't mean to.
Her offering?
We accept it.
What?
She didn't have anything. This is ridiculous.
What's she supposed to put in the box? Some air?
It didn't ask you to put anything in the box. It just accepted her offering.
But what did she offer?
An apology. Her offering was an apology, and it was accepted.
What about her suggestion that my pencil be accepted? Did I accept that?
Actually, if you
The
remember.
time is up.
Wait a minute!
You've got some major explaining to do.
Forget it. You're not getting any questions answered. We've learned that much.
Time is up. Everyone must leave.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm Mr. Concho, remember?
And that's my football in there.
Right, we won. What do we win? Where do we claim the prize?
You have been accepted. Correct. Everyone must leave.
But what does that mean?
It means you got accepted into the Society of Diddly Squat Pal. Congratulations.
The doors will locked in 1 minute.
I am getting out of this nut house. I'm not staying in here.
Me too.
Look, I'm taking my concho.
The offerings have been accepted.
Guess you're at a $6.99, bud. Guess I'm out the door.
Hold on now. I won. You guys are my witness. My offering got in the box.
Sure. You got your conch in the box. Big deal.
You
I got accepted. You'll tell people about that, right? You didn't want me. Why didn't you want me?
We have to go.
But
It doesn't matter. Come on.
Goes home to her flat to sleep all